Oh, Dalvi, the fox girl that we all know and love. Wait a second, you're not Dalvi. What is this, a crossover episode? Ever since the introduction of her companion, Dalvi has enjoyed a massive boost in popularity. In this video, I'm going to do an extensive analysis of this little fox girl, discuss her pros and cons, and find out why enemies facing her want to commit die. Dalvi is really hot. In the arena, that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
As of December 2019, Dalvi boasts a 89.6% deployment rate in the arena, making her the most deployed warrior and the second most deployed mercenary. With such terrifying numbers to her name, one can be sure that Dalvi's kind of a big deal. But what exactly makes Dalvi this popular? Well, let's have a look at her stats and skills. At 6 stars in max level, Dalvi has a good attack stat of 1081 along with a high agility stat of 40%. The rest of her stats are average. At plus 15 skill level, she hits front and has a very decent 3x1 hitbox. Her first skill is Nine-Tailed Fox Transformation. She alternates between fox form lasting 12 turns and human form lasting 4 turns. While in fox form, Dalvi attains a scary 100% defense, and her attack deals an equally frightening 300% additional damage that ignores defense. This means that she won't be hurt by most enemies and can deal massive damage to almost anything. When she reverts back to human form though, she loses all those benefits and simply heals herself for 30% of her max HP every turn. Her second skill grants her permanent debuff immunity. This is an important skill that protects her against a buttload of negative effects such as stun, curse, and burn, just to name a few. Her third skill is a permanent stats enhancement. She obtains a large attack and reduced incoming damage boost based on her agility before battle. Since Dalvi has a high base agility stat of 40% that can still be further increased by runes, the boost that she gets here is rather devastating. Lastly, her awakening skill is a permanent charm counter. Hence, when enemies that are not immune attack her, they will get charmed for 18 turns. Overall, Dalvi has an overwhelmingly strong set of skills. Coupled with a decent stat line, it's really no surprise that she outperforms her competitors in the arena and many other parts of the game. Runes for Dalvi are simple. Considering that she deals additional damage that cannot crit, the best runes for her are 2 assault runes with agility substats. With her huge humongous attack boost and defense ignoring additional damage, Dalvi deals a crapload of damage to any enemy. When substantially buffed, she kills anyone who doesn't have an insane HP stat or death guard, which is almost every mercenary, by the way. At present, there are only a few notable mercenaries that can withstand Dalvi's attack, mainly Lucius, Kali, and the well-runed Grenholder. Dalvi is vulnerable to anything in her human form, but in fox form, she can only be hurt by mercenaries who also deal defense ignoring damage. It is also worth noting here that Dalvi can possibly die while attacking in fox form to mercenaries who deal defense ignoring reflect damage. So, from what we've seen so far, Dalvi is extremely good, but only when she's in fox form. In human form, she's very vulnerable and weaker than any other warrior really. With this being the case, you'd want to count her turns well to make sure that she's in fox form for most of the time when she attacks. In the arena, this might require optimizing your turn order. In summary, this is what I think of her usability. From plus 0 to plus 11, Dalvi does spend 8 turns in human form, which is a very long time. This makes her really hard to use, so I'd say she gets about a 5 out of 10 there. However, upon reaching plus 12 to plus 14, those 8 turns get shortened down to 4 turns, and that's a massive improvement. That alone gives her a 9 out of 10. At plus 15, she gets a 10 out of 10 due to her attack range increase. In terms of investment priority, on a scale of low to very high, she is definitely under the category of very high. Lastly, and also most importantly, we have the waifu meter. She gets a +1 for her clothing design, +2 for fox ears and a tail, and +5 for a nice pair. So overall I'd say I quite like her personality. And that's it for this video. I hope it was fun to watch. Have a nice day.